what is really going on with the Social Security Expansion Act and your benefits. Breaking news: Social Security proposal for $2,400 extra checks expanded and reintroduced. Senator Bernie Sanders formally reintroduced the Social Security Expansion Act right here into the Congress, and this time he had a lot more support from fellow lawmakers, strengthening the Social Security with the proposal for $2,400 extra checks. This means $200 monthly increases in your Social Security benefits. Well, it would make a huge amount of difference in people's lives. Imagine what could you do with those extra $500 per month. Well, the possibilities are endless. Well, honestly, that kind of an increase could make a huge impact on the lives of many people. So where we currently stand regarding the Social Security Expansion Act and its expansion? Well, it's definitely encouraging to see the current expansion, the current progress happening under the Social Security Expansion Act. What is actually happening with the Social Security benefits and what should be happening? I'm keeping a close attention whether it's Social Security Expansion Act, those raises to your benefits. What does it exactly mean? What this new proposal is all about? Good news for you. $1,400 fourth stimulus check update specifically focused on people receiving Social Security, SSDI, retirement, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, people with disabilities. Stimulus checks sent out to low income individuals. Yes, you heard it right. Stimulus check will be sent out if certain condition arises. The fourth stimulus check update, $1,400 specifically focused on Social Security. I have got all the details what you need to know right here in this video regarding the latest update on fourth stimulus check on $1,400. Today we have some exciting news to share with you about stimulus check that are being sent out immediately to help those in need. The idea behind the mechanism to provide another immediate assistance to individuals without the need of the lengthy legislative debates or negotiation. Honestly, this is a great mechanism to save the economy when it needs the most. The beauty of this concept is that it removes the uncertainties and delays associated with passing a new legislation. That sounds like an ingenious way to respond swiftly to economic challenges. And you might be right, but these automatic stabilizers would function as a defense mechanism, much like a safety net program, which are ready to deploy when needed. Extra Social Security payments. Alongside today, we'll be going to cover the Social Security benefit payment schedule. So without further ado, let's jump right into all the details. However, guys, before we start, make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe, and let's jump right into it. Extra Social Security payment. Which states are awarding extra payments and what are the benefit issuance states? Each and every month, Social Security Administration sends money to a variety of people, including retired workers, survivors, those who receive the health benefits such as Social Security disability insurance and supplemental security income. In 2023, thanks to 8.7% COLA, the average SSI payment was around $550 per month. The maximum monthly benefit to $914 for individuals, $1,371 for married couples. Now, SSI payments are usually sent out by SSA's tight schedule. However, there are some states which do provide supplemental federal benefits, SSI benefits with additional payment. Yes, you heard it right. SSI benefit along with additional payments. In July 2023, which states will be going to award them and what are the exact dates? According to the SSA's website, there are 33 states that grant the supplemental benefits to those who receive the federal monthly payments from SSI program. In total, there are 33 states. We'll be going to check out the list. Each and every state having different amount, but the average amount comes to about $140. And here is a list of states which do send out extra SSI payment administered by SSA. And this one including California, Delaware, Hawaii, District of Columbia, Iowa, Nevada, Michigan, Montana, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Vermont, Rhode Island. Meanwhile, there are more states that administer their own extra SSI payment. So these extra SSI payment will be sent out by state administration. This one including Alabama, Alaska, South Carolina, Colorado, South Dakota, North Carolina, Florida, Connecticut, Idaho, Georgia, Maryland, Indiana, then Illinois, Kansas, Maine, Kentucky, Louisiana, Minnesota, Massachusetts, New York, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Oregon, Ohio, Utah, Texas, Washington, Virginia, Wyoming, Wisconsin. Now, when these extra SSI payments will be going to sent out? According to the Social Security Administration, the supplemental payments are sent out about the same time as the federal payments go out. So the same exact time when your SSI checks will be heading into your bank account, direct deposit checks or mails. According to the SSA schedule, these benefits will come along with your normal SSI payment. On to the first of the month, all the supplemental security income SSI recipient will be going to receive their payments. So continue to check out 1st November, which happens to be landing on the first Wednesday of the month. Then talking about 3rd November, on 3rd of the November, all those group of beneficiaries who received their social security benefits before May 1997. Do check out 3rd of the November for your fixed income benefits to be deposited. Then talking about the next important date, 8th of the November, if your birth date lies between 1st to 10th of the month, continue to check out 8th November 2023 for your fixed income benefits to be deposited. Then talking about the 15th of the November, so if your birth date falls between 11th to 20th of the month, continue to watch out 15th November 2023. Then talking about the 22nd of the November, that's when if your birth date lies between 21st to 31st of the month, you'll be going to receive your social security fixed income benefits to be deposited in your checks, mail, direct deposit or bank accounts. We need more people like Bernie Sanders who actually care about the senior citizens. Well, he spent entire political career fighting and caring for American and working class and poor people. Bernie Sanders is a true American hero. Do let me know what do you think about Bernie Sanders, but I think Bernie Sanders should have been the president. Don't get me wrong, Bernie Sanders is one of the advocates who truly knows the pain of low-income fixed income beneficiaries, and I think Social Security Expansion Act completely manages to package a comprehensive bill that would reform the Social Security, as well as those people who need it the most will be getting the much needed attention and the benefits. For example, think about extra $500 on month. Well, it would make a huge amount of difference in people's lives. Imagine what could you do with those extra $500 per month. Well, the possibilities are endless. If Congress want a step further in increased benefits by $500 a month, well, honestly, that kind of an increase could make a huge impact on the lives of many people. Not only that, but it would be hard to make it happen, and all Congress would have to do this and make small changes to the way how the cost of living adjustment is actually calculated. Now, I'm not suggesting that Congress is going to do this, but I wanted to bring your attention to this very important update. You should be aware of the potential changes it could be made and what is really going on with the Social Security Expansion Act and your benefits. Now guys, I'm not saying that the Social Security Expansion Act they are going to implement today, but certainly the actions are taking in that direction and Bernie Sanders is pushing hard. I'm keeping a close attention on to all the latest update, whether it's Social Security Expansion Act, those raises to your benefits. Senator Bernie Sanders formally reintroduced the Social Security Expansion Act right here into the Congress, and this time he had a lot more support from fellow lawmakers pushing this initiative. So where we currently stand regarding the Social Security Expansion Act and its expansion? Well, it's definitely encouraging to see the current expansion, the current progress happening onto the Social Security Expansion Act, because it will be aiming to provide the much needed benefits, and therefore it has garnered tons and tons of support from both of the sides, whether it's Republican or Democrats. Both of the political spectrum is in high support. Senator Elizabeth Warren and among others are also standing united with the Senator Bernie Sanders in campaigning this important Social Security Expansion Act cause. Now, they are determined to ensure that wealthy Americans need to contribute their fair share, allowing every American to retire with dignity. In fact, Republican leaders have also stated their commitment to preserving and strengthening the Social Security and Medicare, underscoring its importance to our society. Therefore, the proposed expansion arrives at the critical junction point. We need bipartisan support for anything to happen. Congress needs support in order to get bill passed right here into the Congress. So today I wanted to address this burning question. What's the latest update on fourth stimulus check? There are tons and tons of people having lots of confusion and uncertainty out there, but don't worry, I'll be providing you all the details you need to know regarding $1,400 fourth stimulus check. And this fourth stimulus check is specifically focused on various groups including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, low-income RRB, seniors, older adults, and people with disabilities. The aim to provide this stimulus check is support those who need it the most. The reason why I'm making this video, likelihood of another round of fourth stimulus check and the details surrounding it. I wanted to keep you all informed. I have to acknowledge things are changing very rapidly in 2023. We are seeing new bills, new packages, new proposal coming out into the Congress every single week. And with so much uncertainty, it's essential to break down the latest developments to understand what's really going on and how these changes will be going to impact impact your money, benefits, and that's why I'm making this video. Now, when it comes down to the stimulus check and benefit increases, economy plays a significant role. While there are separate bills and proposals to raise the fixed income benefits like Social Security, SSI, SSTI, stimulus check are entirely different. They serve a different purpose depending on distribution of the money to the people in response to economic conditions as well. To understand the likelihood of another round of stimulus check, we must consider the health of our economy. Economic indicators suggest that economy is still relatively strong. However, guys, things can change very rapidly. The strong economy may not necessarily be a good thing when it comes down to a stimulus check. At the end of the day, it all comes down to economy. No matter how many requests we do to our lawmakers, Congress, how many letters we send them, when it comes down to Congress, lawmakers, politicians, they look at the state of the economy as a key indicator determining likelihood of another round of stimulus check. Also, it's very helpful to estimate the size of another stimulus check if they decide to allocate that. Now, despite the challenges, there are still reasons to be hopeful regarding the next round of stimulus check. Let me touch upon some of the factors that will be really important, and those are some factors which are still showing some hope that there is a possibility we should be getting another round of stimulus check. Alright, so let me show you another indicators. Now, these are the factors along with ongoing challenges, changes happening into the economy, which could pave a way forward for another round of stimulus check. First one, the impact of the economy. While currently economy is strong, typically considered positive, the current situation is different. A strong economy could lead to higher inflation, which concerns the Federal Reserve. To control the inflation, they may raise interest rates, tightening up the grip onto the economy and affecting the consumers as well. Now, here's the thing. Well, this is where the good news become a bad news. Federal Reserve sees a strong economy as a signal to raise the interest rate further, and this is in an effort to aiming to combat the inflation. Raising the interest rate can negatively impact the consumers, especially those with credit card balances, as they will have to pay higher interest rate payment. When we hear good news about the economy such as low unemployment rate, strong economic numbers, and increasing wages, but here is where the things change rapidly. The good news is actually bad news when it comes down to the Federal Reserve and they are concerned about the inflation. Now, let's take a look at from a Federal Reserve's perspective. Federal Reserve, also known as Central Bank, and its chairman Jerome Powell, they closely monitor the state of the economy, and to them, a good news into the economy like low unemployment and healthy economic growth means one single thing: inflation is too high, and strong economy makes it challenging for inflation to come down. And that's why, to address this issue, Federal Reserve takes action by tightening their grip onto the economy and raising the interest rate. What kind of an impact that will have onto the consumer? Well, you might be wondering, how does this affect you, me, as individuals, as a normal household, as a normal American? Well, here is where it hits our home. As the Federal Reserve raises the interest rates, it puts pressure onto the consumers. Take, for example, credit card balances. For example, the average interest rate onto the credit card has risen nearly 20% up from the last 16% a year ago. Now, this simple little change makes it harder for the consumers to pay off their debts and increase the overall consumer debt. Now, consumer debt, including credit card, debit card, is reaching the record high levels, surpassing trillions and trillions of dollars. Now, this level hasn't been seen the highest into the financial crisis into the 2008. Back then, the stimulus check were implemented to help individuals during economic downturn. Now, the current surge into the economic debt raises a concern, especially for those of you with adjustable interest rate or floating balances. Now, let's take a look at low unemployment. Is it good news or bad news? Although low unemployment rate may seem like a great news on a first sight, the Federal Reserve sees the thing differently. They look at it from a perspective as a sign of an overly strong economy, and this resulting in higher wages, excessive demand for workers. Consequently, Federal Reserve sees the need to slow down the economy, leading to more aggressive interest rate hikes. And that's why we need to keep eye on these two important factors, two key factors. First, we need to monitor Federal Reserve. Second thing, we need to watch inflation closely as it dominates the headlines, and inflation is a crucial metric that affects our financial landscape. They have a benchmark inflation rate of about 2 to 2.5%, and they aim to keep it at that level. Now, if inflation remains high, it doesn't fall within this range, then the Federal Reserve will continue raising the interest rates aggressively again to combat the inflation. Now, again, you might be wondering why that is a bad thing. Well, here is a different perspective to offer. You can think of a recession as a great reset. You can think of recession as a reset for our economy, where end of the one chapter begins the another one. Now, who wants to keep paying higher prices prices for groceries, other everyday items, necessities. Definitely, I don't want to pay higher costs. I know about you, you don't want it either. Another factor to consider is unemployment rate. This raises a very important question about small businesses because they are not making any headlines. You have to ask yourself, are they also letting up the employees? Because those trends will be going to play a significant role in determining a severity of recession or a great reset we are calling. And that's where a big question comes to our mind: when will be going to receive our stimulus check if recession hits the economy? Well, the severity of the recession will largely determine the likelihood of another round of stimulus check. If let's say it's a significant economic contraction, there is a high chance of getting stimulus check being distributed right here into the economy, and these checks are specifically designed to reinitialize the economy, to revitalize the economy by putting the money into the hands of normal American people and encouraging them to spend the money into the economy in different sectors to experience economic growth instantly. Now, let's say if stimulus check were to be distributed, well, fixed income beneficiaries will be included. History repeats itself. Low income fixed income beneficiaries have been included into the previous rounds of stimulus check, and the majority of fixed income beneficiaries, such as those receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, retirement, low income fixed income beneficiaries, have included into the previous round. So I don't see any reason why they would be excluded from the future rounds as well. Now, to sum it up, we need to understand the relationship between economy and inflation, and potential stimulus check is crucial for navigating our financial lives. Although inflation and interest rate hikes may seem a bad news, recession can serve a reset, bringing the inflation down, elevating the rising prices. And the severity of the recession will be going to impact the likelihood of another round of stimulus check. You need to keep eye on economic indicators, and remember, I'll be here to provide you all the latest update, all the insights. But as of right now, no fourth stimulus check for any dollar value has been approved. Once I get any latest details, I will keep you up to date on latest updates. So guys, make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe, and this is Kedar from How to Guys. See you in the next video.